Hey guys, Greg Denning. Now, you might be thinking, what? Are you calling me a loser? Right? Are you saying I'm a loser, man? Stop being a loser? And we'll talk about that in a minute. But I gotta tell you about something I was rereading recently. There's a phenomenal book called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. If you haven't read it, please read it. It's amazing. If you have read it, reread it. I got so much more from it this time rereading it. It's about his experiences in concentration camp in Auschwitz in Germany, just during World War II. And his experiences there as a prisoner and how he saw men change and transform, that even in the most dire circumstances, people can choose. And he realized that even in the worst circumstances possible, we saw the choice to be great human beings. And then he said he saw the saints and the swine come out. And he said some people acted like swine, and some became saints. And what they were manifesting, what was in them. And so he created what's called logotherapy. And logo is the Greek word, has meaning, right? So is it meaning therapy? And so he went against all psychotherapy. He says psychotherapy is where it's the picture of the guy on the couch saying things that are very hard to say, right? And he says, I want to do away with that. And he says, I want to move to logotherapy, where I'm telling them things that are really hard to hear, right? They need to hear things that are hard to hear. And that just resonated with me, that you and I, sometimes we need to hear things that are hard to hear. We need someone to get in our face and say, you know what? You need to do better. You need to stop being a loser. And you're like, oh man, come on, that hurts. Ouch. Right? And I'm not here to call you a loser. In fact, I don't know of anyone that I would actually say, hey, you're a loser. But this is what I can tell you. That you and I sometimes do things that are loser. They're the loser mentality. They're loser habits. And, we do the things that losers do. You know what I'm saying? And we need a coach. We need a mentor. We need someone. I have mentors who have been passed away for a long time. I read their stuff and I say, what would they tell me? What would they think? Theodore Roosevelt, he's my chosen mentor. And I often ask myself, what would he do? What would he say to me? And often he's saying, man, you're weak sauce. Get going. Push harder. Do more, right? He was so tough, and he believed in a strenuous life. And so I want to today really hit a little list. So to keep watching, this little list of the things that losers do. And the effort today is, get a little bit in your face, to be a little upfront, like the logotherapy, and tell you things that are hard to hear, and you face the fact. Truth, like Goethe said, can kick you in the teeth. And sometimes we need a good kick in the face and say, okay, whoa, what am I doing? So, without further ado, here's the list. And it's not comprehensive. There's lots of things. But here's a few things that losers do. Number one, they make excuses and they blame other people. People with a loser mentality are always blaming someone else. They always have some excuse for their own weaknesses, for why they're not better, for why they're not succeeding. It's always somebody else's fault. It's the government. It's my parents did this. Oh, it's my spouse, my boss. Well, it's McDonald's. They're the ones that made me fat. It's always blaming someone else and always making excuses. That's what losers do. That's a loser mentality, to blame and make excuses. Losers also spend tons of time doing nothing. They have no drive, no ambition, no desire for greatness and for refinement. They're content doing nothing. I can't understand that. I don't know how people do it. But my challenge today is not to make you feel bad, but just look at your life, and I'll do it with mine, and I always do it. Say, am I doing the things that a loser would do? Am I doing the things that would bring me to lose instead of to win and succeed? Do I waste my time? Am I just idly surfing on the internet? Do I expend too much time, on Facebook and social media and Twitter and checking emails and just doing a lot of things that don't really get anything done? Am I really active but not very productive? There's a huge difference. Busy, 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 doing nothing. Losers are also addicted to a lot of things. They have substance addictions. Okay? Those things control them. They control their life. So that's, I guess if I had to define a loser, it's someone who's not in control, who's not making the best decisions, who's handing over the power, right? This power you have. handing it over to substances. So remove those things from your life. It's screen addiction, right? It's being addicted to having a screen with you constantly, where you're neglecting your health and your relationships and your peace and your tranquility because you're always on a screen. It's watching tons of TV and tons of stupid videos and not spending time getting a great education. These are the things, Brian Tracy always said, those are the things that people who have no future, they're constantly watching TV. They're looking for stress relief and entertainment, right? It's the whole idea of bread and circuses. Watch my video on that one. Bread and circuses. It will destroy your life like it destroyed Rome. And he says those people have no future. And there's people who drive around just listening to music all the time, and they don't listen to audiobooks. They don't take advantage of their time to really become their best selves. Those people have no future, right? And they're setting themselves up to lose. So get rid of your TV. Get rid of the idle time and the trashy music. Remove anything and everything from your life that does not lift you up and make you better. That's a huge challenge. And you might be saying, come on, Greg, that's fanatical. That's crazy talk. What are you talking about? Well, I'm serious. I challenge you to do it. Remove everything from your life that does not set you up to succeed. Anything that tears you down, that makes you smaller, makes you weaker, anything that's holding you back. And I love to ask people this question. What is it right now that's keeping you from reaching your ideals and your goals? And you know what the most common answer is lately? It's social media. It's my phone. It's the gadgets. It's just idle time on the internet. It's watching movies or TV, things that drag you down, just hanging with friends and not doing anything. That's what they're telling me. And they know it. They admit it. Right? And so the goal is to supercharge your life. Peak performance. Do the things that successful people do. People with a loser mentality are also, seeking out happy hour and spending their time and their money there instead of serving and giving and contributing. They're wasting their lives, like I mentioned before, in substance, in addiction, in making excuses, in doing nothing and going nowhere. So let's end on a happy note, because I believe, and you're like, you don't even know me, but I believe in the goodness of humanity. And you're watching this. I believe you have greatness in you. I believe there's genius in you. I believe that there are great things. You have a song to sing, right? You have a great contribution to make in this world. So go after it. Set aside the things that losers do, right? Don't do the things that losers do, and you'll be a winner. Set yourself up to win, to succeed, to do great things. Subscribe to this channel to get more proven strategies and more inspiration and motivation to do great things. Go to gregdenning.com and put in your name and email so I can send you free trainings about how to set your life up to really succeed at your level. Not mine, not somebody else's, but to live your life at its very best. So go out, stop being a loser, and reach upward.